Perfect. Let's hope that I don't get kicked off this time. While we're waiting for everybody, the question of the fun day is, it has now become fall. What is your favorite fall winter drink? Is it hot cocoa? Is it hot ciders? Is it adult beverages? What is your favorite drink during this time? Is it pumpkin spice like everybody likes? I am the waiter that does not like pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks. They just did not taste well to me. But if anybody has anything they want to add, let everybody know what their favorite drink is. I like apple ciders. Actually make a nice apple cider drink myself. Hot chocolate I got. Let's see, what does everybody put? Oh, there it is. Apple spice lattes. Oh, and hot toddies. Nice, Cassie. Strawberry hot cocoa. I have not heard that one. That one's a good one. Look at now I got new drinks to try, everyone. These are great. Hot chocolate from Tammy. Strawberry. So now, Michelle, is the strawberry hot chocolate strawberry syrup? Is it real strawberries? Is it a packet? I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry.
It is a mix. It's already, the strawberries already in it. It's a mix. It's strawberry hot cocoa. It's so good.
Nice. I will have to try that one. That's awesome. While we're still waiting for a few more, if you could put your name, first, last name, and email address in the chat box. That way I get you all the follow-up stuff. We have a few more people coming in. Let's see, what other things does everybody like to drink? Hot drinks for full start. That one is actually really good, Tony. I think I got you on that one. The apple Starbucks with oat milk was really good. I like it best hot. It's not that good cold to me, but that's just me. It kind of tastes like an apple oatmeal bar to me. Caramel apple spice. Ooh. Mona likes it. Hot apple. Ooh. Lost it. I lost it. She likes hot apple cider with caramel in it. That's delicious. Perfect. Starting to slow down just a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering if anybody's ever had champurrado.
No.
It's like this thick hot chocolate, and you make it with like maseca, and it's sweet and delicious and cinnamony. And I'll make some for a holiday party. How does that feel, Amanda? Okay.
I would love to try that.
And yes. Tony will get some. Sorry about the rest of you.
Maybe we can get the recipe for you all.
Yes, exactly. It's so yummy and easy to make.
Nice. Perfect. See, people want the recipe now. You're going to have to give me the recipe to send out to them.
All right. The follow-up will have a recipe, my friend.
Perfect. See, this is why you got to give me your email address.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. Christina, her drink for fall is an adult drink, apple cider with Hennessy and caramel. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
I make an apple. It's called a hot apple pie, and it's an adult drink too. It's pretty good. Might have to give you the recipe for that one. Let's see. Hot sweet cream and Earl Grey tea, and I'm not sure if I'm going to say this word right. Titoli black tea. I've not had that before. That sounds delicious. Well, perfect. Thank you guys for participating, even though nobody likes to talk anymore. It's all right. I really do appreciate you guys letting me know what you guys like for fall to drink. So we'll go ahead and get started because it got quiet. Today's chat is with Melissa. She is part of ECPAC, but she works on our family support side, and she's our family support specialist. So she's going to tell you all about what we offer on the other side of ECPAC, not just the early learning team of coaches and stuff like that in mental health. We have other things for families. So Melissa, I will give it to you.
Perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. I know this is the hardest time of day. You've either had lunch or you are eating lunch right now. I invite you to take care of yourself, whatever you need to do. During my presentation, if you miss anything, we can always review it. ask questions. We just want to be sure that we're serving families here in Adams County and getting them access to services and those basic needs. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Here we go. I never have it already. I try and then I forget. Here we go. All right. Very good. So thank you, Amanda, Tony, Alicia. I don't know if I missed any other ACPAC employees, but thank you so much for inviting us here so we can chat about some of our, you can see my weird screen, right? Okay, let me fix it. Give me 1 second. How do we look? Good? All right, perfect. Again, thank you all for having me here today. I'm Melissa Santizo. I work with the Early Childhood Partnership of Adams County on the family support side of the work that we do. That is in Spanish. Sorry, I'm having problems with this. Here we go. So my slideshows are bilingual so that I can show these to families as well. So I'll flip through some of these slides. If they do have Spanish, please flag me and tell me to go ahead and advance in English. But today we're going to go ahead and cover some information about our resource center in Commerce City, how families can access that, what it looks like for them. We're also going to talk about like some classes and groups that we have for parents and caregivers. And this is for anybody who interacts with those families. So that can be grandma, that can be grandpa, this can be kinship, foster parents. We want to make sure that all parents feel really, really welcome into our spaces and caregivers. We're going to talk really quickly about some mental health services. I think that our mental health consultant team might do a bit better job on that piece than me. And then I would like to talk to you about our family and caregiver advisory council. And so we're going to go right into it. So Family Resource and Support Center. So here you can see our flyer. This flyer is available. We can get it to you. We can get it to families. We are happy to drop them off to you. You can pick them up at the office. If you want to take a tour of the space here at the C4 here in Commerce City, we are more than happy to invite you over. And you can tour the space and see how we're servicing families. But some of those typical supports that we're really providing for families are going to be those basic needs. So diapers, wipes, diaper cream, formula whenever we have it, and we have been able to get it here lately. We always want to make sure that we're able to provide things that maybe a food bank cannot provide. Diapers is going to be one of those things. Household and hygiene items. So that's going to be shampoo, body wash, dental hygiene, things like that. And then resource connection. We want to make sure that parents are getting connected to the right resources. And like some of the common referrals that we do here in our center is clothing, which is provided by A Precious Child. We also have a small boutique on hand. I will show you guys a picture here in just a moment, where parents are able to access that clothing and get that immediate need filled until they're able to get their appointment at A Precious Child. some other things that we do are child development assessments. So sometimes families are having a hard time getting into a pediatrician, but they're really concerned about their child's development. It's something that we can do here in the office until we can get them into the pediatrician, and especially if we are seeing any concerning behaviors or if parents are really worried about a behavior or a piece of that development. Something we've been really excited about during the pandemic especially was this rental assistance that was provided by the state of Colorado. It's called ERAP. And we are getting into the end of this funding, the state is. So if you are identifying any families, please let us know so that we can get these rental apps in sooner rather than later, so we can get that funding to families. And then some other supports. We want to grow with our communities, and we want to learn with our communities and our families to see what those barriers, what families need to access to be able to have those high quality services. You all know how important those high quality services are in everyday life for our kiddos and our families. So we just want to make sure that we're growing with our communities and we know what their needs are. And we really, really specialize in person-to-person connection. It's really, really challenging to ask for help sometimes. I think we all can really recognize that, not only as professionals, but as parents and adults, we can't all do it alone. And sometimes it's as easy as just chatting with a family once, and they're able to get that need met. And maybe it's 2 years of chatting and resources to support those families. We want to really make sure that personal connection is being made, and we're able to also get parents those social connections with other parents. It's so important for them to have a whole community to support their families and their individual needs. And here's a little picture of our center. This is on the left here, our lobby, welcome in lots of different languages. This is our food pantry. It is not quite this bulked up anymore. We actually ran out of COVID funding, but we do still have some food on an emergency basis, but we have decided to provide more of those basic needs apart from food, because we know food banks have the food, but not maybe those other needs that they cannot access if they only have SNAP. And then down here at the bottom, you can see we have a childcare room. This is what we do. We meet families in here. We have this is our childcare room when we have classes. And any other meetings that we might have where kiddos are present, this is where they are. Even sometimes when we have to bring our kids to work with us, this would turn into our office. So yeah, and then where our resource center is, we're in the old DHS building off of 72nd and Colorado, and it's really been repurposed into this community resource hub. So it's a place where families are able to not only access our services, but there's other organizations here as well. Kids in need of dentistry, so pediatric dentistry. We've got Kids Health First Clinic, Kids Health First, who is also upstairs. So families are coming in for their pediatric appointments. They're also able to access those other points. We have WIC. We have medical assisted treatments in the building. We have the DMV, birth certificates, Tri-County is here as well. So we're really excited to work together with others in this building to really service families and have that one-stop shop that they so need and desire in this community. We are also right off of the light rail station, so it's accessible to families. And then if you ever have any questions, of course, please reach out to one of us. We're happy to continue to provide information. And there is a website. Amanda, whenever you send all of these things out, I will be happy to get you all of these flyers so our families have access to them. But again, if you guys want any of these flyers, we're happy to get them to you. And I'm going to start in on some of our classes and groups that we provide. the newest one that we actually started providing last year is Lena Start. It's all about language development in the home. What they found was that parents aren't talking as much as we think we are. I can attest to that as a parent, and using this device, like, we don't talk as much as we do. So this class is for children 0 to 3. We've seen a lot of success up to 6 years old, or even those kids with speech delays, or perhaps have any other delays going on. This is a great program. So it's a 10-week program. The parents come to the class for 1 hour a week. The following day, they put a device on their kiddo, and it is counting all of those adult words, and it's counting all of those serve and returns, but it's also getting all of those electronic sounds. So parents and caregivers are really able to get this great picture of data and what's happening in the home, because we all know that talk is really what is going to grow our baby's brains, and it is essential for their development and their communication. So it's been really, really great having this in the community. Each week they get an activity, a book, and then once they finish the series, they get a gift certificate for completing the series. And it's been very, very successful. I've worked with a lot of different families over the past year. This was particularly special, I think, for a lot of our immigrant families, just coming to the US and being able to connect with other parents who are going through similar situations. So if you have any questions, or you feel any families might benefit from a class like this, we'll be providing it again in January. And again, if you have any questions, and I can't see the chat, Amanda, so if there's any questions as they come, please let me know. Happy to answer them. This is a newer class that we just started providing in the past couple of weeks. We're working with the mental health consultant team, and we are really working on getting kids back to where they need with their social skills. We've identified through the pandemic, even pre-pandemic, if we're being honest, how kids really need these extra supports and social opportunities. And in this class, it's been very, very positive. It's a way for parents to learn strategies with a mental health consultant, practice them with their kids, work with family support specialists, and then work again with those mental health consultants. And it's a very, very positive, uplifting vibe. Everybody loves to be there. And this work that we're doing about regulating emotions is super, super important, as you all know. Here's another class that we provide. This is a great, quick, fast parenting class. It's a 3-class series, and it's all about language, or it's all about learning strategies to read to your kiddos. You can see here, there's just a few strategy: echo, paired, friendly questioning, predicting, all things that we're going to use with our kiddos from the time they're 1 till about the time they're 8 or 9. So these are strategies we're going to use for a really, really long time. And you get books each week. You're able to practice. There's a lot of role modeling and role playing with another parent in the room. And it's a very successful class for those families that do take it. And then a support group that we were offering right now, Coffee and Conversation. This is really for parents who have kiddos who do have special needs, that do need these extra supports, and how we can get and advocate for those rights for our kiddos. And it is the first Thursday of each month through December. So our next one is going to be November 3rd, and we're going to talk about social skills and friendships. But again, if you do have questions, please let me know. And I'd be happy to answer those. Our next support group is Circle of Parents in Recovery. Recovery work is so, so important for our parents in this county. They generally have more barriers than the rest of our families. We know that their basic needs aren't being met, and we know that their life, when they come into recovery, is completely different than the life that they had before, and we want to support that. So this is a class that we actually are holding on Wednesday evenings. Don't pay attention to those times. typically this class does change from 1 month to the next or 1 week to the next. So we usually have a very generic flyer. And this is really parents in recovery, helping other parents in recovery, supporting one another with resources, and being able to talk through those really tough moments, especially whenever setbacks have happened. And these parents really support each other in such a really special way. It's probably one of the classes that I've learned the most from my parents. And that's whenever I say we're growing with communities, this is how we do it. We show up and we treat parents with dignity. Again, if you have any questions, if you have parents that are interested in a circle of parents, and maybe it's not in recovery, there are many different circle of parents across the state. A lot of them are virtual, so they're easily accessible for those families. Yes, Amanda.
A question is, in recovering from substance abuse, what's substance abuse or what kind of recovery?
Okay, so it is recovery from substance use or alcohol. Yes. So yeah, it has been a confusing conversation at times. There was once that we put this on Facebook and I got a bunch of phone calls about being in recovery from COVID. So yes, it is recovery from substance use. Any other questions, Amanda? No. Okay.
And Melissa, this is
Yeah.
also going to be a flyer that you shared, all of these?
Yes. So this flyer will be completely different. It won't have any times in there,
Okay,
but it will have like contact information so that way they can access those classes. I do ask if you guys identify a parent who is in recovery and is having a hard time kind of asking for help, please let me know. We can do a warm handoff. I can meet a parent at your center or one of our other family support specialists as well. We really
Okay.
want to get these parents into these groups, and sometimes, you know, the hardest part is getting there. So we just want to make sure that's as easy, and we just want to make sure our parents are getting there and we're able to follow through with them.
okay, that'll be really helpful. I just want to be able to share that with a few and
Yes,
and then
yes.
see if they need a warm handoff. So I was just wondering.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. And you're always so great about that. I appreciate you. All right. And we do have some mental health. We do have a mental health provider here on site 1 day a week on Wednesdays. We will send this out as well with the notes. And then the last thing I want to talk to you guys about. Am I okay on time, Amanda? Great. The ECPAC Family and Caregiver Advisory Council. We call this the FCAC. And it is a really, really great group of parents and caregivers who live in Adams County. It's about 16 to 24 families who are coming each week, every other week, to really support efforts. Like, what's going on? What do we need? When we say like we're working with families and we want to get their input, this is a big way we're doing that. We're able to have focus groups where they're able to put their input in. Last week we had a listening session for Universal Preschool. Yeah. Universal Preschool program, and it was really interesting, some of the things that were brought up, and that's what we want to continue to do, to really get that feedback from families. But not only that, these families have such a close connection, and they've been able to just share in this opportunity and this space and make it something that is theirs. If you have families who are super involved in community efforts and are interested, please let me know. I am happy to talk with them. This is happening bilingually in English and Spanish simultaneously. So even if Spanish language will not be a barrier for this group, but it's a really, really great way to like really bring those efforts forward and parents to use their voices in spaces where they generally haven't been invited to. So we're just really excited to be able to be doing this. We just started this over the summer, and we're just having such a great time working with families. And then here is our team. Here's Summer in yellow, myself, Brianna in the gray sweater, and Vanessa. We have one more family support specialist. She just wasn't pictured in here. She works 1 day a week, so it's been challenging to get her in the picture. We might have to Photoshop her in. But yeah, and then one other thing I just wanted to mention, all of our services, like what we do, what you all do each day, we're all working on that whole family. You guys are really child focused and making sure that kiddo's needs are being met, right? And we are working with parents because we know when we work with parents and we work with children, we're servicing that whole family. And I think it's a really exciting way for our work to align and just support that whole family. Here is my name, my email. There's our website. We do have additional resources on our website. If you guys are interested, I can walk you through those, but I would like to open it up for any questions, if that's okay, Amanda. Great. Any questions?
I do. I'm sorry. I came in a little late. So all these services are free?
Yes, so all of these services are free. We are going to send those flyers out in an email, Rosemary. And we have the flyers. I'm happy to bring those by to you, mail them out to you. If you believe families are going to access these services, we want to make sure that you have those. But
Okay.
yes, all of these services are free. We are located in Adams County, but if we're identifying a family that's having a hard time and they're in Denver County, we're going to go ahead and support that family until we can get them referred to another organization, if indeed we can find that. But we're not boundary restricted by any means.
Okay. And then is this for any family, or I heard you talk about drug abuse and stuff. So, or do they have to be in recovery from something?
No, that is just one specific support group that we are running.
Okay.
And no, families don't qualify to come into to receive any of our services. There's no qualifying factors, except that you have kids, being a caregiver or parent. But even grandparents are coming in here because they have grandkids a couple days a week, right?
Okay.
So we're able
And
to
then-
support that whole family. Yeah.
And then do we have to refer them over? How?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Rosemary. A great way to refer them over is really just emailing me or giving me a call. And I'm sorry, I'm just reading this question. Yes, so referring is really, really easy. First name,
Okay.
telephone number, and we can reach out from there. We just ask that you let them know that we are going to reach out so that it's not a surprise.
Okay, and then I have another
Yeah.
question. I do
Yeah.
have a family, or I did have a family. They have a 19-month-old, and she's worried about his speech. I'm thinking to wait until after 2 years of age.
So I think that, this early intervention is super important, right?
Right,
It's really
right.
important to get those services earlier rather than later.
Mhm.
I think it's really encouraging them to go to the pediatrician and talk about these things are really nice. But
Okay.
maybe another way is that I can connect with this mom. We can get
Okay.
an ASQ done and we can see where the kiddo is at and then just make a plan from there.
That's what I was kind of hoping. So yeah, you will be getting a call from me.
Okay,
or
perfect,
email.
Rosemary.
Okay, thank you.
Great, awesome, thank you. Any other questions, comments?
There is one, but I don't know if you can answer it. Tammy, we're gonna have to look that up to see. It's are the parent reading classes counted up as offering a parent class for Colorado Shines points? So I'll look into that.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I do know that if you did have parents that wanted to take a parenting class, we could definitely co-locate a class over to your center. If that's what you're interested in, Tammy, just let me know. But I don't know about the Colorado Shines thing. That's Amanda. that's my girl.
So Amanda, unless that's changed, for the longest time, centers, homes, they could host those classes together and offer together, so that they had enough attendance and then they just had to, they had to show proof of course, and this could have changed. So certainly check into it, but they just had to prove, that it had been offered to all their families, that they were specifically invited. It didn't really matter the location, right? So you could co-host because we all needed more parents. They just had to prove they were all invited. And then there was like an attendance certificate given out specifically to those families, right? And sign in and outs. So, I mean, that certainly could have changed, but I know that, we were able to do those kind of classes before together so that everyone could have enough, in areas, so that everyone had enough attendance, I guess. But that could have changed. We are talking about Shines. That's just what it was.
Right. Yeah, I'll double check for everybody on that because I know everybody wants those points for parent classes, and I'll just make sure we get everything correct because everything has changed and there's a bunch of new readers too. So I just want to make sure everybody's getting it correct and clear.
And it's just so hard. It's so hard to have enough attendance, right? Just even
Right.
I'm a large site and still just, if you only have so many people participate. And so I know we kind of, in the past, we've done the area and we hosted some of those types of parenting classes, which are great and are well needed.
Mhm.
And then it was, a group of homes, centers, we all invited to one location. And, but that could be different now.
I will definitely check into that, and I will, I might have to do like a second follow-up email for everybody in this group just because it might take time to get the answer to it. So it might not be in the immediate follow-up, but I will send it out to everybody as soon as I find the correct information. That's a great idea. Michelle, I think that'd be good if you guys, if that was still a thing, that a bunch of you guys could work together and having a parent class that anybody can go to. That way you get numbers up and points for Shine.
Hi, it's Tammy here. It takes too long to type it all in. So I asked that question because it is one of those points that's always a little tricky to get. And what I've done in the past is have a book club and we pick a parenting book, we read it, we discuss it, we make a plan, and then I'm able to submit all that. But I only had 2 parents only a little bit interested this time. So I thought maybe I would go a different direction. That was all. So, but happy to help put something together if that works, if anybody else needs it.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's a great idea. Just having a few centers host it. And I mean, it could even be where we could go to a couple of different ones if that worked. I don't know. We could figure out the logistics of that though, for sure.
Any other questions? You guys had some good ones. Now we're getting quiet.
It's gotten quiet now. It's gotten quiet.
So
And they've been-
Melissa, oh,
Good.
sorry, ladies, you may have
No, go
answered this and someone else may have asked, but I also am in and out. You know how that goes. So any of those classes, any of those flyers, they could potentially be offered on site, potentially.
So yes, if it's Circle of Parents, I think that like that one is a little bit more challenging because it does need to be more consistent. But I think Lena could easily be done there. I think social skills could easily be done there. Read with Me. I like Read with Me because it gets parents engaged. It's short, it's sweet, and it's light, fun information. I really like that one after Lena, or to really get parents involved. into parenting classes. So that's another one that I think is easily offered and doesn't feel heavy. Like a 3-week parenting class feels okay, as opposed to a 10-week, right?
Yeah, it's just so hard to get, too much commitment. You know how that looks.
Oh, absolutely. As a working mom,
Yes.
I don't think I could commit to a 10-week class. So I get it. Absolutely.
And then just another question, if we wanted a class, kind of tailored, is that something that you would be able to do? If we were like, hey, we really want to host for our families a 3-week, little commitment class around like home guidance and, things to do instead of meltdowns, things like that. Is that something that we could kind of
Yeah,
set up?
absolutely. And you know what? The social skills group covers so much of that. We're getting through our first class series. After that, I'd like to kind of sit down and talk and see if like this is a need and figuring out how we can do that. And the capacity of our mental health consultants, because they do half the classes as well. So
Okay,
happy to explore that for sure. I think it's a great idea.
perfect.
And
Go ahead,
then I
Rosemary.
have another question. Are you going to be offering babysitting or childcare?
We do. We offer childcare with all of our parenting classes, even our support groups. Mhm.
All righty, thank you.
Of course.
Those are great questions, everyone.
Yes, very, very good questions. And then I just want to kind of hit the referral piece again. Please email me or call me. And I'm happy to reach out to those families. And again, if we're seeing that you feel like they are not going to call me, I'm happy to come and meet the parents and caregivers as well.
Perfect. And I'll make sure to get the flyers for the classes from Melissa too, so we can email those
Mhm.
to you, or if you prefer us dropping some off, let me know or let
Yep.
Melissa know. I'll put her information in the follow-up email as well.
Mm.
Any other questions, friends? It is Tuesday, 76 degrees out.
Oh man.
Hopefully some of you guys can take a little minor break outside of your poor offices or homes and take in some of that nice fall warmth air.
It looks like
know-
Tony is really enjoying some sunshine through the window. I'm jealous. I
That's
work in a basement.
Well, this is what's so crazy is you guys are talking about the 76 and sunny, and I'm in the Longmont Lions area, and we're completely cloud covered and windy. So I was just like,
Definitely a change from that end. Oh, good. I'm glad, Carrie, you got some little kids out on the sunshine. All right. Well, I guess if nobody has any other questions, it'll be a shorter one today for you all. So you can, since you've made time to be here till 2, you might as well go outside for the last 30 minutes and
Yeah,
enjoy life.
that's like the homework. Get 20 minutes of sunshine. Boom.
Yes. It'll be good. If you have not, please make sure you put your first, last name, and email address into the chat box. Otherwise, I can't send you anything. There's too many of us here and it changes consistently. So I just want to make sure you get all the follow-up information that you need. And in that case, Melissa, thank you so much for giving information about our C4. We really appreciate it. And I think it'll be beneficial for sites and in homes to have information for their parents.
Absolutely. And thank you all for listening to me and for doing all the hard work you do for our kiddos in Adams County. We appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely appreciate every one of you. Have a good rest of your Tuesday and enjoy the sun while you still have a chance. Thank you, everyone.